All right, so welcome back. Today's Friday, June 4th, and I want to start the episode off today with this. This guy right here, Bullzilla, go to his Twitter account right here, at CKJ Crypto News. Or just go to the search in Twitter and type in Bullzilla and follow his account. When you're done with that, go over to YouTube and again search for Bullzilla123. This guy has literally helped me go from 11 subscribers a week ago to 108 subscribers in less than 5 days. 90% of the traffic that I'm getting is now because of him. I would be remiss if I did not show my appreciation to his own crowd, who's obviously already knowing about him. But I'm basically telling you guys, thank you for coming over, and I will be providing enough content over the years to come, the months to come, whatever the case may be, to hopefully keep you engaged. That is my goal. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. So thank you to Bullzilla for everything that you've done. You're too kind. I hope you see this, and I will definitely tweet this out at you so that you can see it, because I want you to know how appreciative I am of what you've done for me. Somebody who's starting off anew, and someone like you, as big as you are, doing what you've done has definitely provided results. I appreciate you more than words can say. Continued success in your journey, and I am following your journey every single day, just so you know. The hidden gem hunter himself is the gem, because he definitely, number one, he's thoughtful. Number two, he's researched. Coinbase Ventures, Alameda Research, blah, 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 blah. He never brings anything to suggestion for his people, us, that he hasn't researched thoroughly himself. It's evident. Number three, he's genuine, because he never tells you what to do. He just provides you information and tells you, look what I found. What do you guys think? Let's take a look at this together. And he receives feedback from the community, and he flows with it constantly. And here's the last and final point. Look at the results, and I mean this actually and factually. Go back in time and look at when he told you to get in on a 100K challenge at 0.0007 of a penny. And look at some of those coins today that have made people tens of hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's an actual factual statement. You can't lie. You can't hide numbers. The man has shown you, this is what I think. This is where my research has led me. Follow along. Let's do this and see what happens. Look what's happened. He's legit. So that's why I've been following him for a long time. But for what he's done for me lately is incalculable. So thank you once again. Let's move on to exactly what I've been motivated now to do, that this is actually becoming something real that I'm going to grow to get as big as I possibly can, and where I'm not Bullzilla, never could be Bullzilla. He's already entrenched in this space as what he is, and I would never want to go against that or come up against it. He is that man in that space, and I'm just going to respect it and follow along and learn from him. Here's what I'm going to bring to the table and what I want to get into today's video real quick. As I've been saying amongst the videos I've been doing about dropping the Excel sheets so that you can have a free tool to use to try to play with to see if it helps you with your tracking of your cryptos or whatever the case may be, here's where I'm really going to start to sink my teeth into this blockchain space, if you will. So, to kind of pivot off of that, here's where I want to head off into on a Friday, where I'm going to say, it's been a weird week for me because a lot of setups and different things I've had to do, and I'm back in the saddle, like I said on Wednesday from the iPhone video. I'm back in the saddle. I'm still upgrading it, so there's going to be even more changes, but I'm working with it. Eventually, I'm going to do a little bit of a tour to show all the stuff I use, so if anyone else is wanting to get into this space and do this kind of thing, they'll have some kind of a blueprint to kind of look at to get some inspiration from, but that's not yet because I'm not fully finished yet. That being said, here's where I'm headed off in terms of the content I'm going to be providing on this channel and how it's going to relate to the blockchain space. I'm basically going to try to fuse the solutions that I've already created in the traditional world. We'll call it the traditional world. We'll call it Web 2.0 and blockchain is Web 3.0. Whatever we want to do here where we have that demarcation line, I'm from an era where the .com started. I was already an adult when that happened, and I even played in those stocks back in the day. So we're talking 96, 97, 98, 99, 2000, 2001, 2003, etc. The traditional stock market, crypto boom, or I'm sorry, tech boom, .com boom, and then crash, and then leveling out, and now up. So when Amazon was $4 a share and stuff like that. So I've seen this before in a different market. Now the same thing is kind of happening in crypto, but a lot different, as we all know. But what tools I created and what path I went down during that, from that time till now, has led me to today, where I'm going to try to fuse what I had here with what I'm going to do here. And I'm going to show you what one of the projects are that I've been working on for many years, almost 5 years now, with my brother as a teammate and a business owner. We have already done this. So to get a little bit of a couple things out of the way, I'm going to show you something right here. This guy right here is one of the Three Stooges. His name is Larry Fine, and that's my great-grandfather on my dad's side of the family. Larry, Moe, and Curly, the Three Stooges. This is my great-grandfather by blood. His daughter is my grandmother, my father's mom. That's a fact. Those are truisms. That's why in a video a couple times ago, directly at Bullzilla, I was saying you should know what this picture is. If he always wears a Philly hat, so I'm thinking he's from Philly. I don't know. If he's from Philly, he knows who this guy is. If he ever saw his picture on the side of that wall with the orange and black swirl, and it's by a bar or something like that. So that's why I was kind of teasing him with, you probably know who this guy is. That's the link. So this is the project, one of the projects that me and my brother have been working on for almost 5 years, Shopknuckleheadscom. This is the official licensed merchandise store for the Three Stooges. If you're old enough to understand who the Three Stooges are, good. If you're not, look them up. One of the most legendary trio of comedians to ever live on Earth. Movies, TV for 50 years. They've been around for 80 some years. This is what it is. And so in my bloodline and with the way things work and how my career arced from this to over to this, we learned about e-commerce. Me and my brother decided to take on the responsibility of trying to run the online shopping store through an official license with the corporate entity that owns and the rights to the Three Stooges. So we have an official license to do so. Even though we're family, it wasn't handed to us. We have to pay for the license. We have the license. We do it officially. We run the shopknuckleheads.com store from pillar to post. We rebuilt the entire thing from scratch, from the ground up, through the Shopify platform. Shopify being a traditional e-commerce solution piece of software that's cloud-based. We all know about that. So that's what we decided to sink our teeth into. Now, going forward and how I'm moving this into today's world, what I want to do and what my goal here is, and so my content's going to start leaning toward this so that anyone who is now newly subscribed, thanks again, Bullzilla, and for the future, is I want people to understand the genesis of why I'm going to be talking about doing, showing, reaching out, sending things out to the world in the blockchain space that I am, the way that I am, and why. Because I want to take traditional e-commerce that I've learned time under tension to do for so long, and very successfully, by the way. We are very successful with this store, very successful. I want to bring that ingenuity to the blockchain space, meaning I want to bring my knowledge of what e-commerce can do for brands, for people, for individuals to the blockchain space. I see a lot of talent, not to mention Bullzilla and the others. These guys are very talented. They are becoming brands. Whether they like it or not, they are becoming branded. They're brands. Their personalities, their content, their channels, their likeness, whatever the case may be, they are branding heavily. And monetizing that effort, if you will, that they put in every day is going to be a key sustainable source of money, income for people during the dips and valleys of cryptocurrency investing. There's going to be highs, there's going to be lows, there's going to be periods of quiet, periods of extreme chaos. But what can be consistent through time is monetizing your brand, monetizing your efforts. We all have to make money. We all have to survive. We all have to earn an income or make money. Whatever the case may be, you have to survive. So what I'm going to try to do is in the coming 2 months is I'm going to finish up the refresher course that I have through the Steve Mischook course that I put in my link. HTML5, CSS3, JavaScript, get the certs and the refresher that I need from that. The back-end database management, if you will, or coding for from Python or whatever I'm going to choose to go with that. Usually that's the one. Ruby on Rails because of Shopify, so I'll go through the Shopify developer program and get that under my belt. And then when you start talking about the blockchain, you're talking about Solidity for Ethereum, you're talking about Marlowe for Cardano, you're talking about all these different spin-off languages that are being used over in the blockchain. After I get all of this crammed into my head, I want to lay it all out and start looking at how can I take and do what I've done here successfully, pick it up and bring it over to blockchain and boom, insert it in here on the new platforms that are blockchain supported, not traditional. So that's going to be my journey. In the meantime, I'm still going to be talking about what's going on in the cryptocurrency space, in the crypto token space, in the crypto platform space, Ethereum, Cosmos, Tezos, Polkadot, Cardano, whatever the case may be. What are the multitudes of different ways people are monetizing their efforts on the blockchain vis-a-vis lending pools and yield farming and staking and all those kind of things? I'm going to keep up on all of this stuff, and any information that I glean and any tool that I can create and give out for free that could help people manage that kind of information or that kind of transactional step-by-step processes to make your life a little bit easier. I'm going to create those solutions, and I am going to keep putting them out there as time goes by. I don't have a cupboard full of them I'm ready to launch. I'm just going to keep continuing to grow with this space and continue to solve problems in this space. But my main arc is going to be what I just talked about, bringing what I know exactly what to do over here, still learning, exactly meaning I know what to do thus far, in the traditional to the blockchain. E-commerce solutions, branding solutions for individuals and smaller little organizations to help people monetize their efforts. So be looking out for those videos to come. Be looking for those videos to come out starting next week, where I start to lean in towards this is what we're going to do here. This is what I'm going to start building. This is where I'm heading towards. I'm going to also be trying to figure out how to do my scheduling with videos this week. My daughter's right here with me over to the left. She has her own brand, Blanket Health and Beauty, licensed professional esthetician. She does her own work online. She's a little bit higher up and above than me in content creation, so I'm learning a lot from her also, plus organizational skills. But taking all these packages and wrapping it up, lightning, like my brother said yesterday when he saw what Bullzilla had done for me, he said, lightning strikes only because you're standing there to get struck. So thank you again to Bullzilla. I appreciate it. I'll honor the effort by putting my best foot forward in this space and creating. So see me in the videos next week. Let somebody know what's going on that may be interested in all of these spaces that I'm going to be colliding into this channel. Please click the subscribe button if you're watching this for the first time and you're not subscribed. If you have any comments about what I'm talking about or any questions, please comment below in the video. Otherwise, you guys have a great weekend. I will see you next week. Thank you.